Welcome to the Emerald and Villager farming tutorial. You can use this for iron farms or just making your own villages and such. All you need to begin with is 3 villagers. So you'll get your 3 villagers from wherever your original village is. And in this place they won't breed. But when you want to get one up the top, this is the infinite part where it breeds them. You've got to get one into the minecart, and as always, you might know this is quite hard normally, but with this new update you can put minecarts in dispensers. So you normally have to wait for them to arrive at the minecart spot. In this case we'll just try here. Whoop. Didn't mean that. Hopefully. And you can build a minecart track all the way around. I did do a couple of tests, but if it's crowded in there you have a bit of trouble. Normally though, when you get going, there's a good 20 or so in here, so we'll just replicate that here. So from here I've got a couple of minecart dispensers, so I'm just going to push this button and I've got one there. If there's enough in there, they'll shuffle around and they will always push one out, so it's normally quite effective. If not, you can just go in there and manually push them into the minecart, and this takes them up to the infinite spawner part. They drop down in the glass cage. They can't get hurt with the glass because it's an invisible block and it's not counted as a full block, so they go in. Now he's stuck in there, and these ones will start breeding because they want to populate that village, as there's one in there, and they will keep breeding infinitely while there's still one up there. So I would not AFK this because you might have 700 entities by the time you get back, so it's always good to then go up and kill that one again to make sure they don't keep breeding. And now say we want to get some trades done or populate a village, so this output can go anywhere. You can go into your village, you can go into another base, you can put them into these cages to do trades with. This tutorial is really for trading. You really want to get emeralds off them. So you put him in the minecart, he goes down to the platform and he's stuck in there now. You can break the minecart if you want, or you can keep him in there. And then you can see his trades. If he hasn't got any good ones, you can just kill him. So let's say we just kill him off here. You can use whatever you want, and you can break the minecart and get the minecart back, and then you can just do it again. And as they breed infinitely, you don't need to worry about this. So in goes one. I can't trade with babies, but that can go in anyway. That's the only problem you do have with this design. See, there's another one there. There you go, another one. It's pretty efficient when you do it. So you come to this one, you decide you want that trade and you keep him there. You farm the trade until it disappears. You can do it by having as many items as you can in your inventory of the same one if it's a good offer. You throw as much as you can on the floor, or you get a double chest or 2 double chests full of the item. You then break the chests so they're on the floor, and you keep trading with him on the same trade until you have no more items, because he will only get rid of the trade if you click off the trade screen after the up to 10 trades or something I think it's meant to be. So as long as you're under that, you can keep going back a couple of times until it gets full up. Otherwise you can use the method where you put them on the floor and just keep trading with him and get as many emeralds as you can. And this is the design. I think you do not need to be shown how to do it, but I will give you a brief tour of how to build this. So we'll start from scratch again, and I'll be back in a minute. And we're back. I've decided to show you a cross section of this, and I think it makes a lot of sense. So the important parts are, you have a glass block or another transparent block above the minecart track so that they don't get suffocated. Because if they come in here and they get in the cart and they go forward a little bit and then stop, which they can do if there's an item on the track or if they just stop basically, then they don't get suffocated until, well, another villager will come along pretty quickly and knock them forward, and then they'll go out. The dispensers, you can place them anywhere you want around the bottom of the space. You can have as big or smaller as you want. That's what size normally one I do, because you normally don't want too many villagers at once. And if you fill them up with minecarts, then you'd have to have a button next to them. You can wire it any way you want. Out comes minecart, just like so. Out comes minecart. There we are. And the other important thing is that your spawning pad can be any height you want, as long as it's within 16 odd blocks, and they'll try and populate it. So you can just have doors in any configuration you want. The only difference is that on here I've got blocks over the top, so that these are then counted as houses if they're blocks over the top. So you can put blocks over the top anywhere you want, as long as within 3 squares of the door there is light visible. So in here, this one's underneath there, but 1 block next to it there's light, so that's okay. And so long for all of these. You can build your mine track coming up however you want. The switch is just a normal switch, very basic, and this is the trap to keep them in, same as the ones down there. And these ones, you can build as many as you want of these. You can make them go to different directions or anything else. I use them for my iron farm, which I'm still currently building on my server, which you can go look at if you want. And this has been the village farming tutorial. I hope you get lots of emeralds from this, and don't sit around retrading them for really bad items to then get the good ones again, when you can just kill them and get more. So much better. I wish you luck in your emerald finding. If you have enjoyed this, please subscribe and check out the rest of the channel. And I've been King Happy. See you later.